ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So, good morning everybody. Electricity part completed. Now we are going to start new chapter. So, waves. The new chapter, waves. What is a wave? So generally, we know water waves. So that means if a small stone drop in a water, small stone is dropped in water, then we can observe that ripples. So that is considered as generally waves. What is the use of the waves first? Why we have to discuss about this waves chapter? Main thing is transportation of energy from one place to another place. Transportation of energy from one place to another place. Main thing is this one. So generally in mechanics, in previous year, first year, in mechanics we discussed already one thing. There is if an object moves from one place to another place, that is the transportation of energy. For example, water falling from certain height. Water falling from certain height, that means the potential energy. On reaching the ground, the potential energy converts into kinetic energy. That means energy transported from one place to another place due to the matter, exchange of the matter. That means if you fire the bullet, so bullet carries certain amount of energy, that is kinetic energy. So that means the object only carries the energy. So water falling from certain height, that means potential, on reaching the ground, kinetic energy. If that water falls on the turbines will rotate. That means the kinetic energy converts into electrical energy there. That is secondary. So that means transportation of energy, main thing is here water transporting energy from one place to another place, or one form to another form. In the same way, bullet fired from the gun, bullet strikes the object. So kinetic energy of the bullet, that means the bullet carries the kinetic energy here. If strikes an object, the kinetic energy transferred from bullet to another object, like that. That means here the object transfers energy. Objects only transfers energy. So that is a small amount. Then in that situation, certain amount of energy wasted, that like that due to air resistance, everything like that. But why the waves are? Waves is also helpful to transport energy from one place to another place. Transport energy, sound energy. For example, I'm speaking now, I'm talking, I'm explaining. So this energy transferred from one place to another place. So sound energy, sound is the form of energy, travels from one place to another place in the form of longitudinal waves. Because sound waves are longitudinal. Later we can discuss about what are longitudinal. So sound is the energy transferred from one place to another place in the form of longitudinal waves or sound waves. Sound waves are longitudinal waves. Energy, that means light coming from sun to earth, that is the light energy that is traveling from sun to earth in the form of transverse waves, because light waves are transverse in nature. So that means these are the waves. Is a form of energy that transfers energy from one place to another place. So that is the waves. What is meant by a wave? First of all, what is a wave? So wave is a disturbance created in the medium. A disturbance created in the medium. A small amount of disturbance created in the medium. For example, so the disturbance carried outwards from one position to another position, this disturbance carries, then that is the transportation of the wave from one place to another place. That is called a simple wave. So generally, a stone is dropped in water, it forms ripples generally. What that is called water waves. Water waves are two-dimensional. Waves in the string are one-dimensional. Light waves are three-dimensional. So in different ways we have waves, one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, like that. But So the disturbance created in the medium. For example, a stone is dropped in water, so it forms ripples. If you place the piece of paper or if you place the wooden cork like that, placed on the ripples, the wooden cork placed at that position only, placed at that position, but ripples traveling from the disturbance to outwards. Where the disturbance is created from that position, the ripples traveling outwards, but the cork placed at that position only. That means in this situation what we confirm that is, here the matter does not transfer from one place to another place. Matter does not transfer, but energy transferred in the form of waves. So wave is nothing but disturbance. The disturbance carries outwards. Whatever is the disturbance created in the medium, the disturbance moves forward, moves outwards. So due to the disturbance, the energy transfer. Now I am talking that reaches to your position. So for example, you people in the class. So just we are explaining the class. If I explain certain things, so that means the sound energy traveling from my position to your position, but air may be traveled or may not be traveled from my position to your position. But this is in the form of waves. Air may not be travel, it's not compulsory. Of course, may be travel or may not, but not compulsory. Air may not be traveled from my position to your position, but the energy transferred. That is because I am creating some disturbance at my position. I am creating disturbance at my position. This disturbance carries towards you with the help of waves. So with the help of medium, what is the medium here? Air is the medium. Due to the air medium, the disturbance carries towards you in the form of waves. So the disturbance is called wave. But air may be travel or may not be travel, not sure. So that is a simple thing. So very understandable it is. For example, this is the string. This is the string. If you create the disturbance like this, it travels like that. But string does not move from one place to another place. The string does not move from one place to another place. Whatever is the disturbance created here, that disturbance traveling outwards. Whatever is the disturbance we created here, that disturbance travels outwards, but string remains at that position only. So that means we are creating the disturbance. Let us say the disturbance having certain energy, momentum, everything. That momentum or that energy traveling outwards, but string remains at that position. Take one thread. So create one disturbance. The disturbance travels outwards, but string must be in our hands only. String does not move outwards. String does not moving. It plays at that position only. But whatever is the disturbance we created, the disturbance travels outwards. So that is the wave. So wave is nothing but the disturbance. That disturbance carries energy, transports momentum from one place to another place. So that is the wave. So this is the exact form of the wave. Waves are two-dimensional, three-dimensional, one-dimensional, everything it is. And one more thing, we have two types of waves, mechanical and non-mechanical waves. Mechanical waves and non-mechanical waves. What are mechanical waves and what are non-mechanical waves? So first of all, so what are mechanical waves? Mechanical waves in the sense, the waves require medium for their propagation. The waves requires medium for their propagation. That means if the waves moving from one place to another place, those waves must require medium. Those are called mechanical waves. Those called mechanical waves. And the waves does not require medium for their propagation. So for the propagation of the waves does not require medium. Those are called, what are those? Non-mechanical waves. Here we have two types, main mechanical waves, non-mechanical waves. Mechanical waves and non-mechanical waves. Mechanical waves and non-mechanical waves. So and one more thing it is matter waves also. Matter waves is nothing but In atoms, dual nature of radiation, we discussed already, dual nature. So that means electrons and protons execute wave nature, electrons, protons and neutrons. So the particle nature as well as they also exhibits wave nature. That is those waves are called matter waves. That means the wave nature associated by the particles, that means electrons, protons, that particles are very small. So mass of the particles are very less. So that's why we are considering the wave nature. If the mass of the particles are huge, if the mass of the bodies are huge, it's not possible to consider the wave nature. So that's why those are the matter waves. Now we can discuss about only these two, mechanical and non-mechanical waves. Mechanical waves. What are the mechanical waves? Require medium for their propagation. Mechanical waves require medium for their propagation. So that medium must have here for the propagation of the mechanical waves, the medium must have inertia, that is have elastic property, and also minimum amount of friction, and also having minimum amount of friction. Minimum amount of friction. For the propagation of mechanical waves, the medium must require medium. That medium, what are the properties of the medium? That medium must have inertia. Inertia in the sense, according to Newton's first law, that is law of inertia, unable to move itself. So that is inertia, and it is also having elastic property. Of course, for example, it displays from its original position and again it is able to restore its original position. If the particles of the medium, so what is the wave? What we are considering, what is the wave? Disturbance created in the medium. Wave in the sense, a disturbance created in the medium. Due to the disturbance, the particles of the medium must be displaced from its original position. Displaced from its original position. But due to this elastic property, those particles may regain its original position. Those particles must regain its original position. That's why the medium must have elastic property. And one more thing is also having minimum amount of friction. The medium, particles of the medium, definitely certain amount of friction must exist. Without friction it does not continue. So that's why these are the properties of the medium for the propagation of mechanical waves. And non-mechanical waves means does not require medium for the propagation. Does not require any medium. These waves can travel through vacuum. The best example is light waves, and this example are sound waves. Here the sound waves. Next water waves, waves in the string, like these are the examples of mechanical waves, and best example it is light waves. So these are the mechanical and non-mechanical waves. Next, again mechanical waves are two types. Before going to that, we can discuss about one thing is progressive wave. So what is meant by the progressive wave? Progressive wave means for example, certain amount of disturbance created in the medium and the disturbance carried outwards, the disturbance carries outwards, it does not returns. So what is meant by the wave? Wave is nothing but a disturbance, certain amount of disturbance created in the medium. If certain amount of disturbance created in the medium, if the disturbance carries outwards, it does not returns. So that is called a progressive wave. So for example, in this situation, in this room, if you produce certain amount of sound, Due to this reflection, we can hear that. This is not the progressive wave. So, whatever is may be the situation, if you project the wave, then it carries outwards. It does not returns. So, that is called. One more thing is simple harmonic wave. Simple harmonic wave. For example, in first year we discussed already in oscillation chapter, this is called simple harmonic motion. So, this is called the mean position and it is extreme position, again mean position and it is extreme position. So, if the body completes this, that is considered as one oscillation. If we can draw this in the form of the wave, so mean position, extreme position, again mean position, another extreme position, next again mean position, like this. So, this is called a simple harmonic wave. That means during the propagation of the wave, that means the waves are traveling in the medium. If the waves are traveling in the medium, each and every particle of the medium must execute simple harmonic motion. Each and every particle of the medium must execute simple harmonic motion. So, very important point. Simple harmonic motion means displace from its original position and again restore its original position due to the elastic property of the medium. Just now we discussed the medium must have certain elastic property. What is elastic property? Due to restoring force, restores its original position, that is called elastic property. So, that is this. This is called the simple harmonic wave. So, each and every particle must execute simple harmonic motion. Due to this, the particles transports energy from one place to another place, transports momentum one place to another place, like that. So, this is the simple harmonic wave. In this, some important terms. What is meant by the amplitude and what is meant by the phase and what is meant by the wavelength, and next what is meant by the time period. We know the time period and we know the frequency. Just once recall about these words. What is meant by the amplitude, what is meant by the phase and what is meant by the wavelength, what is meant by the time period and what is meant by the frequency. Just we can recall these words. What is meant by the amplitude? Generally in oscillations we know about that the maximum distance between the mean position and extreme position is considered as amplitude. The maximum distance between the mean position and extreme position is considered as amplitude. In the same way, actually this is the direction of propagation of the wave. So, that means the wave traveling in this direction. So, maximum possible displacement from its original position. Actually, the wave is traveling in this direction, but it displaces from its original position. What is the maximum possible displacement from its original position? That is called amplitude. This is the direction of propagation of the wave. This is the direction of propagation of the wave. Here, the wave must be displaced from its original position. So, maximum displacement from its original position is called amplitude. This one or this one. Maximum displaced from its original position is called amplitude. Next, what is meant by the phase? You know about that also. Phasor, you know about phase also. So, phase explains about the exact position and direction of motion of the particle at that instant of time. So, in oscillation chapter we know about A sine of omega t plus phi. Phi is called initial phase. Initial phase, or for example like this is 60 degrees. Now 60 degrees indicates the phase of the particle. Phase in the sense, phase indicates the exact position and direction of motion of the particle at the given instant of time. Phase indicates exact position and direction of motion, exact position and direction of motion of the particle, direction of motion of the particle at the given instant of the time, at the given instant, at the given instant of time. So that is called phase. So for example, if the particle is at this position, how can you explain its direction? The particle moving away from main position, the particle moving away from main position, and it reaches moving away from main position at that instant of time. For example, at this position, again the particle moving towards main position, like that. So that is, phase indicates the exact position and direction of motion. So like this. Next, what is meant by the wavelength? Wavelength in the sense, the maximum distance travelled by the particle during one time period, or so the wavelength is defined as, simply we can write it as the maximum, the distance between two successive crests or troughs. The distance between two successive crests or troughs is called wavelength, or the distance travelled by the particle during one time period. During one time period, what is the distance travelled? This is the wavelength from starting point to this point. This is called a wavelength. The distance travelled by the particle or the distance travelled by the wave during one time period, that is called wavelength, not particle, it's wave. The distance travelled by the wave during one time period, or simply we can write, you people know about the distance between two successive crests or troughs is called wavelength, that is also considered as wavelength. Next, the time period, the time taken to complete one wave, simply the time taken to complete one wave is called a time period. And frequency, the number of waves completed in 1 second, number of waves travelled in 1 second, that is called frequency. Reciprocal of time period is frequency. So these are the points regarding this wave: amplitude, phase, wavelength, time period and frequency. So next, next we have two types of waves. So those are two types of mechanical waves, based on the situation, based on the direction of propagation, based on the direction of propagation of the waves. Again, mechanical waves can be divided into two ways. Those are transverse waves and longitudinal waves. Based on what it divides? Based on direction of propagation. Based on direction of propagation of the waves, mechanical waves can be divided into two ways: transverse waves and longitudinal waves. So first we can discuss about transverse waves. First of all, transverse waves. What are the transverse waves? So these are the parts of mechanical waves. Mechanical waves can be divided into two ways. Based on what? Based on direction of propagation. These mechanical waves are divided into two ways. First one is, let us discuss about transverse waves. What are the transverse waves? So first one is, how can you define transverse wave? Is transverse waves. So it is defined as, transverse waves are defined as the vibration of the particles are perpendicular to the vibration of the particles are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So this is called transverse waves. The vibration of the particles are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. What is the meaning of this? Vibration of the particles are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. What is the meaning of that? See here. So generally the transverse waves observed in solids, in liquids and gases also, but in liquids and gases these doesn't have any considerable phenomena. So that means generally transverse waves exist in solids. So for example, best example of this is, see here, let us say it is the string. So string, the waves are traveling in this direction. For example, if you stretch the string like this, if you string the like this, what happens? The wave travels. Of course, the waves makes like this. The wave travels like this. But what is the direction of propagation of the wave? Along horizontal direction. But the particles of the medium must be behaves like this. The particles of the medium behaves like this. But actually what is the direction of propagation of the wave? Along horizontal direction. But the particles must vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So that is important. Just take one string or take one thread. If you stretch the thread like this, what happens? It is a disturbance, that is a wave pulse created. The wave pulse created. What is the direction of motion of the wave pulse? Along horizontal direction. Of course, the disturbance created like this. Of course, the wave pulse created like this. So, like this wave pulse created, but this wave pulse must travel along the length of the string. Wave pulse must travel along the length of the string. So, that is why. So, of course, the direction of propagation is along horizontal direction, but the vibration of the particles are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So, that is why those are called transverse waves. See here, actually whatever the disturbance creates, the disturbance travels along horizontal direction. The disturbance must travel along horizontal. The disturbance is nothing but wave pulse. So, this is the wave pulse. The wave pulse travels along horizontal only. So, transverse waves. So, this is the actual direction of propagation of the wave. This is the actual direction of propagation of the wave, but the particles are vibrating perpendicularly. Particles are vibrating perpendicularly because, so this is the disturbance travels in this direction, disturbance created in this direction, but the wave traveling in the horizontal direction. So, this is transverse waves. These are the transverse waves. Just like if you take one string or one thread in your hand and just create one pulse. What is the direction of propagation of the pulse? Horizontal direction. But the disturbance, pulse created like this. Pulse created like this. That means this creation of the pulse is, this is the creation. In this direction the pulse is creating, but the wave is moving in the horizontal direction. So, these two are mutually perpendicular. So, that is why transverse waves. So, the vibration of the particles are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So, those are called transverse waves. Next here, during the transportation of the transverse waves, what are the properties of these transverse waves? See here. So, this is the transverse wave, let us say. Let us say this is the transverse wave. So, first point, here each and every particle of the medium must execute simple harmonic motion. Each and every particle of the medium must execute simple harmonic motion. While the transverse waves travels through the medium, each and every particle of the medium must execute simple harmonic motion. Next, amplitude of all the particles are same. Amplitude of all the particles are same. Amplitude of all the particles of the medium must be same, but phase of the particles does not same. Phase of the particles does not same. Amplitude of all the particles are same, but phase of the particles does not same, because see here, this amplitude and this amplitude and this amplitude, all these are same, but here let us say at this position the direction of motion of the particle is like this, but at this position direction of motion like this, the phase of the particles changes continuously. Phase of the particles changes continuously, because at a given instant, let us say this is the direction of motion of the particle, but at this instant this is the direction of motion of the particle. So both are different. So that's why phase of the particles does not same, and the time period is also same. Time period of all the particles also same. Next, see the third point here. During the propagation of transverse wave, during the propagation of transverse wave, crests and troughs are formed. So during the propagation of the transverse wave, crests and troughs are formed. What is the crest? This is called crest. This is called trough. During upward direction, the maximum displacement of the particle during upward direction is considered as crest. The maximum displacement of the particle during downward motion is considered as trough. So during the propagation of the transverse waves, crests and troughs are formed. This is called crest and this is called trough. This is crest and this is trough. So this crests and troughs are formed. So next, the distance between two successive crests or troughs, the distance between two successive crests or troughs are called wavelength. The distance between two successive crests or troughs. Let us say these are the two crests and these are the two troughs. The distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs is called wavelength. So next, so these transverse waves must require medium for the propagation, and transverse waves transports energy and momentum from one place to another place. Energy and momentum from one place to another place. So this is about transverse waves. This is the concept. This is the transverse waves. Direction of vibration or the vibration of the particles must be perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. Vibration of the particles, this is the vibration of the particles, must be perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. That's why those are called transverse waves, and these are the points regarding this propagation of the transverse wave. Each and every particle of the medium executes simple harmonic motion. Each and every particle. So, and the amplitude of all the particles must be same, and phase of the particles does not same. Phase of the particles does not same. Next, during the propagation of the transverse wave, this is the crests and troughs are formed. This is crest, crest, trough, trough. So the distance between two successive crests, wavelength, like this. This transverse wave transports energy and momentum from one place to another place. This is transverse wave. Next, one more thing is longitudinal wave. Longitudinal wave. Next separation, longitudinal waves. What are the longitudinal waves? Longitudinal waves means the vibration of the particles are in the direction of propagation of the wave. in the direction of propagation of wave. So these type of waves are called longitudinal waves. The vibration of the particles must be in the direction of propagation of the wave, that is called a longitudinal wave. So transverse waves example is waves in the strings, and light waves are considered as transverse waves. So string, if you create the disturbance in the string, it travels along the string. So that means we can observe that pulse. But what are the longitudinal waves? And one more thing is, transverse waves exist only in solids. Transverse waves exist only in solids. In liquids and gases, transverse waves does not having their importance. So that's why generally transverse waves exist in solids. Then longitudinal, how can you give the example of these longitudinal waves? See here, this is the long cylindrical column. So that is, let us say, closed at one end. So it is having certain piston. So it is completely filled with air. The total, this part is completely filled with air. So this is completely filled with air. If you push the piston downwards, what happens? If we push the piston downwards, then what happens? So that means the disturbance created in the medium. Or if we pull the piston outwards, what happens? That is also disturbance. If you push the piston, all the particles are come closer. If you pull the piston outwards, the particles of the medium are displaced. So that is, if you push the piston inwards, volume decreases. If you pull the piston outwards, volume increases. So then in that situation, what are the waves created in that situation? Those are called longitudinal waves. So for example, if you push the piston out downwards, the particles are displaced like this, and wave also travels like this. If there is any disturbance created, the disturbance is created like this. So that means the particles of the medium also like this. The vibration of the particles are in the direction of propagation. See here. So cylindrical vessel, two pistons, let us say, if the two pistons are pushed inwards, the wave particles are also moving like this only, like this. So that means longitudinal wave, the direction of propagation of the wave and the vibration of the particles are in the direction of propagation. So that is called longitudinal waves. Generally, these longitudinal waves can be observed in solids, liquids as well as gases. Solids, liquids and gases. Everywhere we can observe these longitudinal waves. So here, the one best example, if you push the piston inwards, the particles of the medium like this, moving like this, and the wave also traveling like this only, and the vibration of the particles and the wave propagation must be in the same direction. So that is longitudinal waves. And what are the properties of these longitudinal waves? Same as that of transverse waves here, but small difference. Here I am considering this. So longitudinal waves, just I am considering like this, pushing the piston inwards and outwards. If you push the piston inwards and if you pull the piston outwards. If you push the piston inwards, so let us say all the particles are very close to each other. If you pull the piston outwards and the particles of the medium are displaced. Again, if you push the piston inwards, the particles of the medium are very close, and again if you pull the piston outwards, the particles of the medium are displaced. If you push the piston inwards, all the particles are come closer. If you pull the piston outwards, the particles of the medium are displaced, like that. And if you pull the piston, push the piston inwards, again the particles are come closer. If you pull the piston outwards, again the particles are displaced. So this position is called compression, and this is called rarefaction. So this position, this is called compression and this is called rarefaction. Compression and rarefaction. So let us come to the points. First point. So here, during the propagation of the longitudinal wave, same, during the propagation of longitudinal wave, particles of the medium must execute simple harmonic motion. Next, here also amplitude of the particles are same. Here amplitude, calculating the amplitude is not possible generally, but here amplitude of particles are same, and phase of the particles are not same, Next, during the propagation of longitudinal wave, compressions and rarefactions are formed. During the propagation of the longitudinal wave, these compressions and rarefactions are formed. What is the compression? If all the particles are crowded together, that is compression. All the particles are crowded together, that is called compression. So at the compression, at this position, pressure and density is maximum. So during the propagation of longitudinal wave, this position is called compression and this position is called rarefaction. Compressions and rarefactions are formed. But in case of transverse wave, crests and troughs. But here compressions and rarefactions. Compression is the position where all the particles are crowded together. At that position, pressure is maximum, density is also maximum. Next, rarefaction is the position. If all the particles are displaced. That is called rarefaction. At this position, pressure and density is minimum. At this position, pressure and density is maximum. At this position, pressure and density is minimum. Next, the distance between successive compressions, or rarefactions is called wavelength. The distance between successive compressions or rarefactions is called wavelength. So next, longitudinal waves transport energy and momentum. Longitudinal waves transports energy and momentum from one place to another place. So these are the properties of longitudinal waves. So main thing is, during the propagation of the longitudinal waves, compressions and rarefactions are formed. Compression is the position where all the particles are crowded together. That means if the density is maximum and the pressure is maximum, that position is called compression. Pressure is minimum, density is minimum, that is called rarefaction. The distance between two compressions or two rarefactions is called wavelength, or this is wavelength. So these are the properties of these longitudinal waves.